90 years ago today, the state made its last payment to contractors for the construction that was done on the state capitol building. This payment finally gave the state full ownership of the building. Our political reporter Justin Gick has more.
This all began in December of 1930 when the state capitol building caught on fire and burned down. Sarah Walker with the State Archives says at this time, the original capitol had been constructed while we were still a territory.
It was kind of a mishmash of parts. They continued to add on to it, and so it was an older building and with slightly newer construction.
Walker says the fire destroyed everything and it couldn't just be repaired. It had to be raised and rebuilt. She says the style even changed for the new building. It was originally dome-shaped.
In the 1930s, the Capitol building style that we have, it kind of matched more of the architectural styles that were happening.
This was also the time period of the Great Depression. Walker says there were different funding issues and cuts were made to make the project cheaper and serviceable. Construction took a few years after the fire and the state made payments along the way. Walker says the state paid 90% of the bill earlier that year. A copy of the Wishick newspaper from 1934 says the total cost was $1,984,488.26, and the final payment from the state was $56,000.
When they did make that last payment, of course, the state was fully in possession of the Capitol building and was able to say it was really their own.
Walker says when the fire happened, state offices had to move out and relocate around Bismarck. However, as certain sections were completed and when final payment was made, offices were making their way back to the Capitol. She says although the design for the new building was different, there was a purpose.
They had kind of purposely set it up so that the tower could be used to create light displays. That's a big part of our history and heritage in Bismarck and in North Dakota.
And all these years later, the Capitol still continues to make history. In Bismarck, I'm Justin Gick reporting for your news leader.
When the Capitol was completed, they were set to have a dedication ceremony. Walker says due to money issues, the state moved it back a few years and saw reports from 1937 that there were talks of having one. But she says it's hard to say if one ever did take place.